Hi there, thanks for checking out Cars, Shops, and Collections, and we got a big one today. Today we're gonna go see a 1970 RS Camaro. This is Generation 2, award-winning Camaro, so hop in and let's go, you guys, come on. So on a side note, I appreciate you watching the show every week, and if you like it, subscribe, give it a thumbs up, give it a like, tell your friends about it. The more people that subscribe, the more shows I can do, and the more cars I can show you. All right, here we go. Look for the house with the red 1970 Camaro RS out front. Hey, Will, how's it going, buddy? I'm guessing there is a Camaro behind that garage door. It's good to see you. Nice to see you. How are you? Yeah. Hi, thanks for having us. Appreciate it. Nice to meet you. Hi, JC. Thanks for having us. This is Gene, our photographer for today. Behind here?
So we're here to introduce Penny to you.
The name is Penny?
Well, we named her Penny because she costs a pretty penny.
Well, that's perfect.
There's that, but then also during the demo of the interior,
Oh yeah, we found it.
we pulled the floor where the carpet's up, and there was a penny next to
Was
the
it
carpet.
really?
Yeah.
Tell me it was a penny from night. Oh, wow. It looks even better today than I saw it on Saturday. Woo-hoo-hoo. Dang.
Hey, my name's Will Hansen. This is my 70 RS Camaro, muscle car enthusiast.
It has its own garage. That garage, by the way, it's air conditioning inside the garage. Will, thanks again for having me, man. I really appreciate it. So when did you get this?
So we picked her up in 2014, Cave Creek, Arizona. Searched highs and lows and Craigslist ads, and that's where we found her and picked her up.
Why a 1970 Camaro? I mean, second generation, this iconic look. To me, this is the Camaro. The 67 to 70, that boxy look was cool, but when I think of Camaro, I think of this. Why did you go for a 1970?
So, first year of the second gen, but high school car here. Not this particular one, the one I had in high school, someone decided they wanted it more than I did and went out one morning and it was gone. So,
my heart aches.
Heart aches. So we always decided later on in life, we're gonna build one, and it just seemed to be the right time.
And do you know what's the color scheme of this?
This is Victory Red, linen white stripes.
I love the RS because with the base model Camaro, right? You just had the straight front bumper. With the RS, that's where you get the bumper.
So nothing against full bumper Camaros, but I'm drawn to the RS package with the open mouth and such more of an aggressive look to me.
Yes.
The RS gives you the round parking lights up above the bumperettes instead of below the bumper.
Okay. And then two, so the striping on it, the striping came on all the 70 Camaros, but you could delete the striping. I don't know why anyone would not want to have the striping on the car. You got to have the striping.
It gives it the detail for sure.
And the hood too. You're going from the 60s, for the first generation to the second generation. I love the longer hood too. And the doors, I read somewhere that the doors were 8 inches longer than the first generation Camaro.
Long and heavy doors.
Right, The wheels, so what did you do to it when you got it? Talk about the condition you had it when you got it. These are wheels you added to it?
Sure, I mean, I think every part's been touched on the car once or if not twice. It was pretty much stock. I think the guy that I bought it from was gonna do something with it, then decided not to. I think it had a 350 crate motor in it. We yanked that out and built a 383 stroker for it.
Did you do all the work yourself?
80% of the work is done right here in this garage. The rest through a circle of friends that I got to meet. The motor built by Bill Perry with Sunrise Racing here in town. Got to meet him through work and through his circle of friends. We really went through the first round of the first phase of the build.
Did it come with a higher spoiler or did it have the lower one?
It actually had no spoiler on it. I had bought the 3-piece spoiler. I think that lifts the rear end up to me instead of the lower.
Yeah, the higher one, yeah. And also too, how the striping goes all the way over, down the spoiler and around the back. That's classic Camaro look right there. Can we see inside of it?
Absolutely.
Perfect, I'll let you open up and I'll look at the inside of this thing. Ooh.
So we went with, on the second build, we went with the Pro Car Rally seats, XL rallies.
The gauges, these are all obviously modernized gauges that you put in?
They're odometer gauges. A lot of guys are doing the Dakota Digital now. Maybe a future, but for now I'm good with what they look like.
I like the look, yeah.
Gives it kind of still the old school.
Yeah, old school with that modern vibe to it, yeah. The little resto mod on the gauges. Can we see under the hood?
Absolutely. So we built a pretty stout stroker for me. I think on paper we're 500 horsepower, 550 of torque. Never had it dynoed, but that's his specs.
Wow. How many awards have you won with this car?
CamaroCon, I picked up the events, one who hosted the event. He actually gave me his choice award.
That says a lot.
And then a couple of different plaques, and then obviously on Sunday. Kind of in car show season right now, so in July we're heading to Cedar City for July Jamboree. And obviously Water Street.
And then some Boulder City though, you won at Boulder City?
I won one of the top picks.
That's where we met, okay.
Yeah, that's where we met.
Do you know, I mean, this is your car, it's here all the time, but do you know how beautiful this is? I mean, how jealous I am of you and the garage setup you have and this in your driveway. I'm very envious of your situation.
I appreciate that. A lot of blood, sweat, tears, a lot of walkaway moments during the build. But I met a lot of great people and some friends that helped me get it to this point. The second build actually started in 2021. My wife, I like to blame her. She bought me the Holly Sniper for Christmas. So we added that, and then I was under the car taking the tank out to put the pump in the tank, and I'm under the car looking, there's 45, 50 years of dirt and grime that I never addressed. So we took the whole car apart and we sandblasted the frame, painted the frame, we ran a Raptor liner, tinted red, the whole underneath the car. So underneath the car looks just as good as
it's spectacular. Absolutely spectacular.
We added tubular arms and Viking coilovers, bigger sway bars, and did a little bit more stuff to it. Big brake kit, 13-inch rotors in the front, 12 in the back.
We go for a ride?
Let's go.
All right, man, let's do it. Open them so, you have to be gentle when you open these doors. Penny is a delicate woman. Want to treat her right?
There you go. So a lot of people like to call these 70.5 Camaros, every Camaro forum you go on, there's that argument. I just say 70 just to make it simple, 70 Rally Sport. I don't care if you call it 70.5, it kind of cool to say that, but.
Yes, I mean, it's second generation, first year of the second generation.
Yeah, I've heard the stories that 69 models, they had a lot of them, so they ran long. The strike that GM had at the end of the year, or the tooling they wasn't ready for in 70. So they started production, I believe, in February of 70 for these, so they didn't really come out until mid-year of 70. So, so hence 70.5.
Do you have paperwork on it?
I got excited when we tore the interior apart because I always read that the build sheet was behind the back seat.
Yes,
And when we took the back seat out, there was a sheet there, and it wasn't for the car. It was for a different Camaro.
There's just a sheet of paper back there?
Right. But I did all the VIN research, and I believe this was like the 24,500 something one on the line. I think they built 117,000 Camaros in.
That's a respectable number. Seats are comfortable. Sound of it. How often do you drive it?
I like to get out at least once a week.
So your first one, you had in 1970. What year was it stolen?
So 11th grade in high school. I think I only had it for about a year.
Do you know what year that was?
What was that?
What year was that? Do you remember?
89.
89? So between 89 and now, did you have anything in between, or your heart hurt so much you couldn't get another?
I actually had a 79 Trans Am I bought from my cousin's friend.
You did?
Yeah.
Wow.
Black with the blue Eagle on it. And I had a 82 Camaro, which was the first year of that third gen.
Yeah.
But that thing was a slug, 4-speed. So this will get us out in traffic.
Yeah. It's a smooth ride. How does it handle?
Since the suspension upgrades with the bigger sway bar and the tubular A-arms, really like it.
Paint's the original color? the color?
This car was actually citrus green by the
Wow.
VIN number, yeah. And we saw some parts and pieces behind the door panels that had that citrus green on it. It was already red when I bought it, whatever red the color was.
You just went with it.
So this was the same color scheme I had in
Oh, was it really? Oh man, that is great.
of a memorial.
Yes. Tribute. It's a tribute card to your high school days. What's next for you?
Oh, this is it.
Yeah.
This is it. We started with him building a stroker, and we kept the 350 turbo trans in there. And after driving that for a while, we went with the 400 turbo with overdrive. It was just on the freeways. It was 65 miles an hour at 3,500 RPM. So now I'm more like 80 at 2,200 RPM with the overdrive. So it's definitely a more comfortable ride. You can actually talk to each other.
Yes. When you're driving, how do people wave, stop, or take pictures?
I get people wanting to take pictures in intersections. I get thumbs up all the time.
Yeah.
Kind of makes you feel good.
It's a head turner. And two, these are the upgraded gauges you have in here, but this was the standard setup, right? There was nothing fancy.
Standard bezel, yeah. So, and then I went to all electronic gauges. So,
Steering wheel upgrade.
yes,
Yeah.
steering wheel, American Auto wiring. So all brand new wiring. Like I said, I don't think there's been much that hasn't been touched.
Well, did it have the original radio when you got it?
This is all new.
Everything. This is all new.
Yeah, I mean, you could almost build a car out of all the different places you could buy it.
Yeah.
Classic, Camaro Central, everywhere.
Is this all new too down
Yeah.
here? Wow. Okay.
We added the vintage air on the second build. This was an air-conditioned car, but I just like the way the vintage air tucks up under the dash instead of out there in
Is
the.
AC down here? Of course, you have AC in your garage. You can have AC in your car. I tell you what, Will, this is not a bad way to spend a weeknight, man. Thank you so much for introducing me to Penny and taking us for a spin. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for coming out.
If she ever needs a babysitter,
Call you.
call me. I love it, man. Thank you so much.
If you want your car, shop, or collection, or even someone you know to be featured on the show, then shoot us an email at carshopsandcollections@gmail.com. That's carshopsandcollections@gmail.com. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any episodes of Cars, Shops, and Collections.